It's Miss Carol here, and I'm wearing my special heart shirt because Valentine's Day is coming up very, very soon. And I chose a book this week that has a lot to do with love. This book is really a book of poems. It's called Bear Hugs. And there's two bears hugging each other on the front. And it says, romantically ridiculous animal rhymes. Bear Hugs, and it's by Karma Wilson and Suzanne Watts. I hope you enjoy it. Bear Hugs. Rhinoceros. Rhino Mr. and Rhino Miss gaze at the moon in rhino bliss. They rub their rhino tusks like this. And now you've seen a rhinoceros. Pocket full of posies. A kangaroo hopped happily, her pocket full of posies. She gave her bouquet to a kangaroo gent, who blushed from head to toesies. Turtle Love. He finally came out of his shell and asked if she'd go on a date. It only took them 5 hours or so to clean off their dinner plate. They went for a stroll in the moonlight. He said, "You're my turtle dove." She said, "And you're my man of steel." And that is Turtle Love. Bear Hugs. When this burly pair hugs, it's tender loving care hugs, twirling in the air hugs, cuddled in the lair hugs, here and everywhere hugs. They sure like to share hugs. Aw, of course, it's Bear Hugs. The cat's meow. I'll cuddle and purr, I'll groom my soft fur, all for my favorite guy. I can't help but boast of the one I love most, me, myself, and I. That cat loves himself. Always remember. Remember me forever, he said. Remember the love that we shared. Remember the way we danced, trunk to trunk. Remember how much that I cared. Always remember our time spent together from the very first day that we met. I will, she replied. Don't you remember? Elephants never forget. Picnic. The basket is packed with goodies to eat. The two wallow down in the shade. They gaze at each other with love in their eyes and sip at their sweet lemonade. I adore you, my dear. I adore you as well. They begin their meal as a pair, but those hogs don't know how to share. They're fighting over the cupcakes and donuts. They're being real pigs. I'm ape for you. Ooh, 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 ooh. It's true. I'm ape for you. Ooh, 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 I hope that you are ape for me. Don't keep me hanging in the air. I have a tree that we can share. I'll go bananas if you don't care. Ooh, 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 ooh. You do? Yippee! a croaking heart. If you like me, I'll leap with sheer joy. If you don't, my heart will be broke. If you love me, I'll croak with delight. If you don't, I'll simply croak. Somebody special. You're sweet as honey, you beautiful bunny. You're lovely and gentle and fair. Your hop is tops. You're queen of the lops. And I'm just an ugly old hare. Seal with a kiss. It's signed, sealed, and delivered. You've made a splash with me. I just flip when I see your face. I hope that you agree. Let's pledge our love forever. We'll make it final like this. Look in my eyes and I'll look in yours. Mwah! Sealed with a kiss. Give me a squeeze. If only I had them, I'd fall on my knees and beg you for hours to give me a squeeze. I'd trade in my skin and freeze in the breeze if it would persuade you to give me a squeeze. Whoa, you boa, don't be such a tease. Let's sit side by side. Give me a squeeze. You will? Stop! I can't breathe. Wheeze. What a chicken. Rooster clucks and Rooster struts. He feels like he could shout. The sweetest hen, whose name is Gwen, is something to crow about. The way she preens till her feathers gleam makes Rooster stick out his chest. Just one look is all it took. He hopes to build her a nest. But when she's near, an embarrassing fear makes talking a terrible task. It seems at this rate he won't get a date. Rooster's too chicken to ask. A moose steak. His antlers gleamed, but she, it seemed, was not at all impressed. He brushed his fur, but still to her, he didn't look his best. He begged and whined, but she declined. It wouldn't have worked anyhow. That crazy moose, that silly goose, fell in love with a Jersey cow. Lovebirds. She waddles the aisle in high penguin style, holding a snow-white bouquet. Her ivory dress costs thousands, no less. Or that's what the sea lions say. The sweet maid of honor has silk draped upon her, which must have cost dearly as well. Ice sculptures so steep do not come so cheap, or that's what the walruses tell. An orchestra too? Amazing but true. The whales say they charge quite a fee. The groom looks just smashing, so dapper and dashing. And think, his tuxedo was free. Pins and needles. The night was delightful, the dancing divine. Each animal twirled with their own Valentine. She sat at the wall and swayed to the beat. She watched and she waited and stared at her feet. But nobody asked her. Nobody would. Well, to be fair, nobody could. Her beauty was stunning, but still it was clear something about her was hard to get near. She was on pins and needles, filled with despair. And then he swooped in with a debonair flair. She hoped he would ask her, but most would decline to dance cheek to cheek with a she-porcupine. But he was no coward. It just took one glance. "You've pricked at my heart," he said. "Can we dance?" To him, that dear girl felt as soft as a pillow. The prince of her dreams was a young armadillo. He's got like a suit of armor. Doesn't matter how prickly she is. Will you? Would you? Can you? Could you be my Valentine? Might you? Won't you? Oh, please, don't you want a ram so fine? You, my dear, are sheer delight. Don't be sheepish. I don't bite. I'm not bad, and you're just right. Will you please be mine? Crocodile Tears. A crocodile, known as Owl, asked a pretty croco gal if he might not take her out. She turned up her toothsome snout. She said no, she would not go. And so he sniffed and snuffled, cried and moaned and wailed and sobbed and bawled and groaned. He threw a tantrum for a week. Tears slipped down his bumpy cheek. He cried for months. He cried for years. Giant crocodile tears. And from that one sad crocodile flowed the mighty river Nile. Lovable. Your legs are short and slightly bowed. You're looking somewhat pigeon-toed. Your belly almost skims the rug. Your nose, it's sort of pug. Well, you're not fat. You're just sort of stout. And when it's hot, your tongue lolls out. You drool a bit. Okay, a lot. Those are quite some teeth you've got. It's no bull. We're just alike. So will you, Lola, take me, Spike, to be your dog eternally? You see, you're lovable to me. People are animals too. It's plain as can be, so easy to see, that animals love just like you and like me. And so it seems the old saying is true that people are animals too. We joke with each other like crazy baboons and laugh together like silly old loons. We hug each other like two chimpanzees and chatter together like birds in the trees. Sometimes we fight like a cat and a dog, but when we make up, we're high on the hog. Like lions, we always protect those we love. But in the end, when push comes to shove, we stick through the hard times together and rally like birds of a feather. Yes, people are animals too. And the best kind of animal person is you. Well, I hope you enjoyed these Valentine bear hug rhymes. They were lots of fun to read. I love things that rhyme. And I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day. And I will see you next time on Storytime with Miss Carol. Happy Valentine's Day. Bye.